Hello, and welcome to the 2021 St. Johns County School District Battle of the Books. We are excited to have each of you here to participate and extremely excited to have our teachers, classmates, families, friends, and community members joining us live online. Hello to you all too. Today promises to be a battle like no other. Returning champion, Nice High School is vying for a repeat of the title this year. They dethroned the previous champions, Bartram High. And rumor has it, all of our teams have been reading since this summer, buffing up their brain muscles and running through books like Champion Sprinter, Usain Bolt, preparing for the most intense and competitive sporting event in the district. There's no doubt about it. If you want blood, sweat, and tears, suspense, intrigue, and an ending you didn't see coming, stick with us today. You're in for a treat. My name is Kim Dixon, and I serve as Director of Instructional Resources and Media Services, also known as ERMS, for the St. Johns County School District. I'm joined today by an amazing team that has worked hard to bring you the inaugural virtual Battle of the Books. Please welcome the brains behind today's technology, the person who made it possible to have our competition online, Dr. Diane Lawson, our Applied Technology Specialist. Dr. Lawson?
Hi, everyone. Great. Good luck today.
Working hard to create, gather, and organize the battle quotes, all while supporting the efforts of our team of renowned media specialists, Mrs. Amelia Zakowski, Specialist for Instructional Media. Ms. Z?
Hi, everybody. Good luck today. You're going to do awesome.
An integral part of our support system in keeping accurate score today is Mrs. Amanda Bergamasco, our Curriculum Resource Specialist. Ms. B?
Hey, everybody. Good luck.
And two folks who've been with us every step of the way, Mr. Marcus Brown, Instructional Materials Specialist, and Ms. Erica Jackson, Executive Secretary, are supporting us behind the scenes. That is, off camera. I can't say enough about how hard our ERMS team works and how grateful I am that they are important St. Johns County School District employees and provide support to teachers, students, and staff. Before I turn this over to the specialists, I want to say how inspired I am by the student readers, media specialists, and team sponsors, and your caregivers. Your dedication to reading and commitment to your team is truly inspirational. Good luck today. Now, a message from our district leaders.
Hello, my name is Tim Forson, Superintendent of St. Johns County Schools, and I just want to congratulate all our students that are part of the Battle of the Books. What a great activity, a great learning experience for you. I have to go back to one of the first books that ever captured my attention is way back in school, a book called 1984 by George Orwell. And you know, I read it long before 1984, trying to read about the future. Little did I know that I would be seeing the world progress as it is today. So it's important that you read. I hope that each of you start to build a future for yourself and a path for learning through books. And I also want to wish all of you the best of luck on the Battle of the Books, and great job for doing an outstanding job here. Hello, my name is
Hello, my name is Patrick Canan. I'm chairman of the St. Johns County School District, and I want to congratulate each of you who are a participant in the Battle of the Books. I love reading. I'm glad you love reading. I can remember one of the first books I ever read as a teenager. It was called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, and it was sort of an expose using the motorcycle as a metaphor about the difference between quality and quantity. So anyway, congratulations to you. Keep reading. Because in my opinion, readers rock.
Thank you, Superintendent Forson and Mr. Canan, for those inspiring words. 1984, Back to the Future, and Zen, the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. They're both born to be wild. So let's get ready to battle, battle, battle. Mrs. Z, please introduce our teams.
Hello, all you fabulous Battle of the Books teams. Today, we have our high school Battle of the Books ready to rumble. Let's get ready to meet these teams. From Creekside High School, led by Mrs. Jones, please introduce your fabulous Battle of the Books team.
Okay. We have Margaret. We have Sarah. We have Ella. We have Viviana. We have Madeline and Guinevere. And Connor's online. Can we do our cheer?
Nice.
Yes. Hey, Connor.
Yeah, that was great, Connor. You can unmute so we can see you too, pal, if you wish to.
Connor, are you ready?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, Knights.
They are ready. From Nice High School, led by Mrs. Million. Please introduce your team with your mics on. None.
All right, we're on. Whoa, 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 what's up, everybody? It's time for a little battle this morning. All right, I've got my team here. We've got Spencer, Allison, Olivia, Catherine, guys, wait, what I call you name? Carolyn, Tabitha, and Preeti. Oh, wait, can you see her? Get in the picture, man. And then we've got our alternates in the back. We've got Natalie and Tejas. I'm sorry. And we also have the trophy here on display with the hope and expectation that, wait, they're gonna bring it up. They're gonna bring up the trophy. There it is. There it is. The coveted trophy. And all right, let's go. Let's go with the cheer, man. Come on. 3, 2, 1. T-A-N-T-A-G-R-S.
Oh, yes. We read, because we are the best.
All right, that's it. We're done.
Wonderful. From Ponte Vedra High School, led by Mr. Richards.
What's up? Can you guys hear me? That's a yes? Hey!
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. PVHS in the house. We've got John. There's John. And Aiden. There she is. And Sophia. Let's go. And there's Megan. Yeah. And there's Michelle. What? Sharks are in the house. We're going to get that trophy. Let's do our chant. Here we go. What's our chant? Yeah. Go, Sharks, go. Woo!
Yes, awesome chant from Pedro Menendez High School, led by Ms. Neff. Whoa, here they come.
All right, we have Trey, Allie, Sabrina, Caroline, Mila, Mandy, Callie, and we have Trent online.
Hello.
Hi, Trent. And we are ready for our Pedro cheer.
Falcons on 3, Falcons on 3. 1, 2, 3, Falcons!
Woo!
That was awesome. We're so happy to have all of you here today. These teams look great. Today, we want to remind you of our Battle of the Books rules. Please remember to socially distance and stay safe. Each team has 7 members participating in today's competition. Alternates may watch but may not participate. Please utilize a timekeeper to keep track of time during the Battle of the Books. Excuse me. The quotes will be read by your team sponsors. Teams will discuss and select an answer. The answers will be entered by an adult in Socrative. All of the book titles are answer options in Socrative. Should you have a challenge, your team scribe will record the number of the question and the quote being challenged. All challenges will be reviewed at the end of the round in the main room. Any questions not answered before time expired will be marked incorrect and may not be challenged after our answers may not be, any challenge or any question not answered after time is called will be marked incorrect. Scores will not be tallied, once again, scores will be tallied at the end of each round. Please be reminded that this year's competition is different and you will not have a 30-second countdown timer that you are used to seeing as you have in past years. That is why we have asked you to have a timekeeper to ensure that you have a person to keep track of time. At the end of the third round, we will announce the winner of the district battle of the books, unless there is a tie. In that case, we will enter a single bonus round to find this year's winner. Dr. Lawson?
Welcome, everybody. Remember, this year our battle looks a little different than previous years. Momentarily, we will put each team into their own private breakout room. If you are joining your team remotely, you will be in the same breakout room as your team. Once we send everyone to the breakout rooms, your media specialist or sponsor will share their screen to show Socrative so everyone can see the quotes. You will have a total of 15 minutes for each round, and teams will automatically be recalled to the main room at the end of each round. This 15 minutes gives you a little more than 30 seconds per quote. You may exit your breakout room and return to the main room before time is called if your team finishes before the allotted time. When everyone is successfully in their breakout room, we will begin the competition. When we start the round, you will be asked to enter your team name. Your team name will be your school initials. This must be the same for each round of the battle, and I need you to enter your school initials in all capital letters. Then you will click Done. Your first quote will appear immediately. Remember, you have 15 minutes to give an answer for all quotes. Okay, I'm sending you to the breakout rooms now. Don't forget to click Join Breakout Room.
While our teams are in the breakout rooms, you will be able to see their progress in Socrative with these bicycle icons. As they answer questions, the bicycles will move. Please know that the colors do not represent any specific team. As they get started, you'll notice that the bicycles will start to move once they answer questions. They haven't started yet, and you'll see along the top, there's a little green bar that says 14 minutes. This is the countdown clock. They will notice that this clock will go across from green to red as we get closer to the end. Wow, they must be prepping themselves and reading these questions, getting it together, working as a team. We also are going to have some great author interviews and time to meet some of our authors. First author we'd like to meet from our book list is the author of Slay. This is going to take some time to listen and hear and learn from our authors, but we have this great resource that we're going to meet our authors from called teachingbooks.net. Here you go. This is a great interview. Oh, never mind. Wait a minute, I had to come back to this because I just wanted to tell you that Magenta just pulled ahead of the pack and it is starting to pedal a little bit faster. So we had to come back to this before we could even start that interview from teachingbooks.net. We had to make sure that we could show you that Magenta, it is starting to take off and sail above the rest of the pack. So we don't know who that bike is, but they must be knowing those questions and for sure are really doing a good job right now. But that doesn't mean that the other teams don't know those questions. See, what did I tell you? Look at Blue. Blue is going. There they go. Pedal, pedal. That is awesome. How cool is that? I think that we're going to now get a chance to hear from our author.
Hi, my name is Brittany Morris, and I'm the author of Slay. The inspiration for Slay goes all the way back to my childhood, actually. Growing up, I was the only Black kid in my elementary school, middle school, high school, and I was the first Black kid to graduate from my high school in the entire 30 years that it had been around. So I was very much alone, and so I grew up in these majority white spaces where people would expect me to be the expert on all things Black culture, Black hair, food, music, clothing, you name it. And so I grew up feeling unqualified and like I wasn't Black enough to meet their expectations. And I didn't really acknowledge this racial misidentity until I grew up and just all the way into adulthood and started growing my hair natural and really started asking myself who I was as a Black woman. And then the final nail in the coffin for inspiration for the book was when I went to see Black Panther opening night. Yeah, it was the first time I think that I walked into a room full of Black people and allowed myself to feel total unconditional acceptance. Like all I had to do was cross my arms, say Wakanda forever, and I was in. Like I was Black enough. Nobody was questioning like why I was into whatever I was into. I just got to walk into a room with my cardigan and glasses and whatever my tastes were, however I talked, and I was Black enough. And I never got over that feeling. And so when I went home from the theater, I said, I have got to go back to Wakanda. And so that got me thinking, what if there was a Wakanda simulator video game? And who would have a problem if there was an all-Black video game? And who would have an issue creating this? And so that's how I developed the idea for Kira and her virtual paradise. There is a character in the book who is a trans girl, and she's not out yet. And that was a totally different perspective for me. I had to put myself in the shoes of someone who is female but had to transition to being female. And I knew I had to put a character in, at least one, who was trans and a character who was non-binary. I really wanted this book to represent Black culture globally. So I knew I had to talk about those experiences and welcome everyone from all genders into the story. So writing from, her name is Jalen, writing from Jalen's perspective was very unfamiliar, and I wanted to make sure I got it right. So we consulted multiple sensitivity readers, multiple voices for her character. I'm really, really glad that I did it. But yeah, that was a part where I definitely took my time with. I hope readers read Slay and feel that much more empowered to not meet people's expectations with regard to their identity, and to feel empowered to take their time figuring out what that identity is and what it means and which parts of that they want to keep and which parts they don't want to keep, and how, you know, they're subverting stereotypes and how it's also a brave thing to meet stereotypes boldly and that it's okay. And that even if they can't relate to all of the cards in the deck is big enough that they can relate to parts of it and that they should embrace those parts and love themselves for it. I am reading from page 35 to 38. This is during the...
That was really inspiring. Be you. Wow. Look at these bicycles. They are moving and pedaling. We thought Magenta was going to lead the pack, but it looks like that Lime bicycle just took the lead for this moment. We see that we have 9 minutes left in this countdown clock, and we know it's anyone's game because we're only in round one. Wow, the Players' Championship has nothing on this brain game. We have got them beat. I am so excited for what we have for us in store today. It is inspiring to see. Oh, Magenta, look, I spoke too soon. They are pulling it up. They are pedaling fast with their fingers and clicking those keys to get those answers in and get it done. getting that job done, getting those questions answered, knowing those books, reading it from the beginning of the year back in the summertime. They knew what they were doing when they were doing it. They all have a part in this game. Like I mentioned before, the videos that we're going to see today are from teachingbooks.net. There are great things on here for kids, for students, and for teachers, and it's really easy for them to get in. They can sign in through Clever, which is their Active Directory. So if they have anybody that wants to use it, like teachers, parents, if you need any help getting in, you can see the school media specialists. They are awesome go-to tech people at the schools. Go check it out. It's a great resource for your kids, for you as a parent to find new books that are great to read. They have cool reading lists, vocabulary development. It's a great resource. We have a couple of other authors that we're going to look at today, but right now I was so digging that leaderboard. But here is another quick little book trailer that's from Teaching Books on Aurora Rising, which is a really cool science fiction book. And I hope you enjoy this.
Hi, I'm Amy Kaufman.
And I'm Jay Christoph, and together you may know us as the authors of the Illuminae Files, but today we're here to talk to you about our new young adult science fiction action adventure set in space, of course, because it's us, called Aurora Rising.
It's the story of the golden boy of an interstellar military academy. He ends up saddled with this squad of losers, misfits, and discipline cases. These are the cadets that nobody wanted in their squad.
And to make matters worse, he rescues a girl who's been frozen in time for the past 200 years, and it turns out that she may either hold the secret to destroying or saving the entire galaxy. No pressure.
No pressure. So we loved writing this book, and we're so excited about it, and we can't wait for you to read it. We hope that you're joining us in Counting Down. It's coming this May.
Hope you love it.
Wow, that was cool. And now we see we're back at that leaderboard with 6 minutes left. It looks like one of our teams came back into the room, so they are back. But that doesn't mean anything because as we can see, our bicycles are still moving. So we still have some time for someone to have that winning round, potentially 5 minutes left on that clock. It is super, super nail biter right now. You never know until the end of the round what's going to happen. This year's list for the Florida Teen Reads is such a diverse list of books for kids to read. We had some awesome titles on the list. We'll share it with you right now. We had 10 Blind Dates, Aurora Rising, The Bone Houses, Crown of Coral and Pearl, Girls with Sharp Sticks, The Gray Shear, Heroine, Jackpot, Killing November, The Patron Saints of Nothing, Slay, Storm and Fury, When We Were Lost, and Where I Begin and Where I End and You Begin and You'd Be Mine. Lots of great titles for kids to read and kids to learn about new books. And you know what's cool about these lists is that they get kids reading and get kids independently looking for new titles and new books that they want to read. And while they're reading these books, they're also doing tons of schoolwork. They start this at the beginning of the summer once this list comes out in April. So it's not like they're not doing anything. They're reading. They're working their little brains all year long, which is super cool. Let's check back with that leaderboard to see how they're doing because I feel like that's a really great thing to look at with 4 minutes left. Blue is in the lead. We've got peach right behind them. Magenta is there and lime. Lime is still working though. 4 minutes left in this game. It's still anybody's game. I feel like, what can I say? I don't even know where. Look at the Ponte Vedra team. They are watching that leaderboard too, and they are just checking it out to see where they're going and how it's happening. It's, as I said before, anyone's game. Anybody can do this. It's a brain game, a championship of the brain. You've got the players champion going on, but hey, this is better, way better. Okay, so don't take this for granted. Your brain is definitely better than a golf ball on a green. So, this is the hole in one right here, right now. What can I say? Look at this. We see that we have Peach still pedaling away. Look at it. It just answered a question a moment ago, I think. I can't believe it. I'm shocked at how good they're doing. there seems to be some debating on some of those questions. I'm just, I'm predicting. I can't say for sure because it seems like some of our questions, our teams are really like, they've kind of like paused their movement on their bikes before. I can't really say for sure. I'm not really sure because I'm not in there with them, but those bikes were moving really steady before. Now they've kind of like paused for a moment. And there's only three minutes left now. We're getting close to the wire. We don't have any idea what's going to really happen. Oh, it's anyone's game, anyone's game, anyone's game. We keep saying that, but as I said before, that's really what it feels like. It's getting down. And when this countdown clock goes off, they come back from the breakout room. So, hopefully their timekeeper's doing a good job of keeping track of time and making sure that they know where they're at because it's 2 minutes left. And goodness gracious almighty, I would hate for them to have to run out of time. That would be devastation if for me. But, they're kids, they're high school kids. So they're probably relaxed, I would hope, I don't know for sure. I'm not certain, but they might be. You never know. Look at them go. Oh, we've got another team back in. Nice just joined us back in here. Okay, they're all starting to come back. 2 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. Woo. I've heard this before. Belly butterflies. That's a common thing I've heard before. I'm really starting to feel it now because we're going to go into the second round and we're going to find out the scores. Oh man. Oh gosh. Is anybody else feeling nervous? Nail biting? No, just me? Okay. Wow. How are teams doing?
This is a nail biter today, Miss Z.
Really? Oh gosh.
And one thing that's special about this year's battle is that we are live streaming on YouTube and we have some people out there watching us.
I know we do. And that's what's so kind of cool. Like we don't usually have a lot of people come and watch the Battle of the Books. And now you've got people live streaming it. In our other Battle of the Books, we had people from all over the world, like Malaysia and Canada and, all these different states. I think Minnesota. Yeah, I don't know, but, I'm not sure. Do we have places like, someone, Creekside's back in. They're done. Oh, wow. 1 minute and that was 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Soon, this clock is going to go from green to red, everybody. And you're going to see that we are almost done with round 1. There it is. It just turned red. Wowza. Here it goes. It's going to count down and it's going to go fast and furiously. And then we're going to come back into the main room and we're going to see we're going to have our challenges. We're going to see how everyone did and we're going to get this party started so we can get our games going and all that. All of them are back. Oh boy. Okay. How? Wow. Okay, here we go. Woo. Tough round. How are we feeling with your reaction tools? Give us a sign. What you got?
Hi there. Looks like we have everyone back today. So welcome back. We are so glad that we've gotten through the very first battle of our inaugural virtual event. So welcome back to the main room. Before we move forward, however, I'd like to know if there are any challenges. If there are, please use your reaction button and raise your hand. If there are any challenges, please use your reaction button and raise your hand. Okay, we have one challenge so far. Let me go to gallery view so I can see all of the hands. Looks like that's from Menendez High School. Are there any other challenges? If so, please use your reaction button and raise your hand. Okay, so Ms. Neff, if you will unmute and share the number of your challenge, please.
We would like to challenge number 6.
Number 6, we will pull that up right now. As you are as what we are going to do, we are going to pull up that question. We are going to pull the novel that question, that quote was retrieved from, and Ms. Zakowski is going to find the page number, show you the book that she's reading from, and she will read that quote for you. So, Ms. Zakowski.
The answer in Socrative was Crown of Coral and Pearl, and you cannot see the book on my camera. I'm trying to get it in there.
Oh.
Let me try and turn off my background. Okay. Page 400 of Crown and Coral and Pearl. You can see the little sticky. I will read it to you. The idea that he could see me while I couldn't see him made me tremble, period. Page 400.
Ms. Zakowski, thank you so much. Okay, looks like we may have another challenge from Menendez. Menendez, do you have a second challenge? If so,
Nope.
please unmute.
I was trying to lower it and I raised it again back. We're good.
Okay. No worries. So, with that said and no more challenges, it's time to reveal our scores. Okay. Dr. Lawson and Mrs. Bergamasco. There we are. And so the scores after the first round of our district high school battle of the books, we have 9 points for Ponte Vedra High School, 11 points for Pedro Menendez High School, 12 points for Nice High School, and an almost perfect score from Creekside High School of 14 points. So congratulations, teams. Everybody's still in it. This is anyone's game. Congratulations on answering those questions and identifying those quotes. We're pretty excited about how great things are going already. Sponsors, now that we've finished round one, please select a reaction to describe how your team is feeling after this round. Can you show us using a reaction how your team is feeling? Oh, we have some party poppers. We do. Some thumbs up. So we are feeling good about this format. No surprise faces or sad faces. That's fantastic. We're really glad you are enjoying this. Okay, and so these fabulous scores, I'm sure, are the result of hard work and practice, great sponsors and media specialists, teachers, and caretakers, and of course, those inspirational words from Superintendent Forson and Mr. Canan. So to ensure our teams are continuously inspired for round two, let's hear from District 1 School Board Representative Mrs. Bev Slough and our amazing Associate Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Dawn Sapp.
Hi, I'm Bev Slough. I'm the District 1 representative to the St. Johns County School Board. I want to congratulate each and every one of the team members for Battle of the Books today. Your extremely hard work in reading all these books with such close attention is an amazement to me. Each year when I look at the questions, I'm so surprised that you're able to answer them just from having read those books. I wish you every success today as you compete to become the champions for Battle of the Books.
Hello students, families, and teachers. It's time to battle. The belly butterflies may have found a few of you, but I'm sure they will settle once we get underway. Congratulations to all of our voracious readers who are representing their school for this year's Battle of the Books. I recall starting my first ever hardcover chapter book. It was Black Beauty, and I was in 3rd grade. It seemed I would be reading forever. I remember struggling with the first few chapters, but once the characters came to life, I flew through the pages. Finishing and closing the book, I was both sad to see it end, but happy to finish. Reading continues to take me on incredible journeys, as I'm sure it does for all of you. Enjoy today. You've already enjoyed the best gift of the stories themselves. This is just the cherry on top.
Wow, readers are leaders. Thank you for sharing your reading experiences, Mrs. Slough and Mrs. Sapp. I especially like Black Beauty myself because I taught third grade and we read that book every single year. It was fantastic, so I agree. Now, on to round 2. Take it away, Dr. Lawson.
Great job, battle teams. We will now begin round 2. Just like the first round, you will once again go into the breakout rooms and we will begin the competition. When we start the round, you will be asked to enter your name. Remember, your name is your school initials in all capitals. You will have 15 minutes to answer all of the quotes, and I am sending you to the breakout rooms now.
Our teams are all in the breakout rooms for round 2, so it's going to be an exciting round. This is showing to be pretty competitive. As we saw, we had no idea who was going to win, and we'll get to that leaderboard in a moment as they get set up and ready for round 2. They've got to enter their names, as we mentioned before, and then once they get going, we'll get to that leaderboard and see those bicycles, but we will have no idea. So that mystery of who is who will truly be any man or woman's game or anyone's game, which is great news for us because as we get started, we can see there are bikes, again, blue, magenta, lime, and peach. So root for who you want to root for, but make it fun and make it enjoyable because come on, guys, it's Battle of the Books, and this is the kickoff for the Friday Fun Day. Woo! And we've got 14 minutes on the clock, and it is going to be exciting for our teams. Remember, this is all about winning and having a good time. Everybody's winning today. Everybody's enjoying themselves. We are here to get this going. They have worked so hard. All these kids, I just have to say, you know, each kid that is doing this because they love to read and they love a good story. It takes them places they never thought that they would go. And one of our authors, who we're going to get to meet soon in a moment, does just that. He gets you places that you never thought you would get to go. So, patron saint of nothing is Rady Ribby. I said that so wrong and botched his name, and that's a horrible thing to do. So let's hear him. He's from TeachingBooks.net, this interview. It's a great interview. I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Randy Rebai, and I'm the author of Patron Saints of Nothing. Patron Saints of Nothing is a story about a Filipino-American teenager whose cousin in the Philippines is killed as part of the drug war that's happening in the Philippines right now. He used to be close to his cousin when he was younger, so he doesn't believe his cousin was mixed up in all of that, but his family won't talk about it. So the main character ends up going to the Philippines to try to figure out exactly what happened. This story started with the question that I had for myself. As a biracial Filipino-American, I was reading about the drug war happening in the Philippines, which kind of began in 2016. And according to the Philippine police, has taken the lives of over 7,000 people. According to the Human Rights Commission, they estimate it's taken the lives of over 30,000 people. My instinct as an American is that this is an egregious violation of human rights, of constitutional rights. But oftentimes when I would express that opinion, my Filipino family or other Filipinos would say that I basically don't have a right to talk about it because I don't live there and I don't understand what things are like over there. So this book for me was kind of a chance to explore that question of, what right do I have or what role do I have as a Filipino American, somebody born in the Philippines but raised in the United States. And so I created the story. I created Jay as a Filipino American teenager growing up today and kind of thinking about what would cause him to pay attention to what's going on in the Philippines. Unfortunately, it's the loss of his cousin. And throughout the story, you see him, as he's trying to figure out what happened to his cousin exactly, it's also kind of bringing up all these questions for him about his identity as a biracial Filipino American, and as well as what his response should be to such injustices.
Oh, wow. This round must be a doozy. They are really struggling. It looks like those bikes inching their way towards that finish line. There's 11 minutes left in this round. Yowza. Well, that Lime bike is making its way to the end, so that's good news for them. But we're going to root for them all. Go ahead, Blue. Go ahead, Magenta. You got this, Peach. Let's get there. Come on now. Lime's going to do it too. I know they are. I'm just not sure. Maybe this round is tougher than they thought. That first round must have been, easing its way into the second one. You never know with these rounds how they're going to be because, even though they practice, it's a new competition every year because there's new books. Every list is different. Oh, Magenta's pulling it in there. There we go. They're getting their way up. That's some great news. That makes me wonder if these are so tricky. I wonder if they've got some challenges coming our way. This is going to be interesting. But nevertheless, they're still doing great because they're all winners, as I said before, winners in my eyes, and I don't care what anybody says. So the Florida Teen Read books are selected for young readers. They were meant for everybody to want to be a reader. And as you can see in our leaderboard, they're all looking like they've been reading because now they're all neck and neck together. This is awesome. Magenta, Lime, and Peach are working their hearts out, doing the best that they can do. This is awesome. Let's hear from one of our other great authors so that we can see what everyday people do, just like she does. We're going to get to see that one of our authors lives just like we do. Here we go. Here's an interview from Suzanne Young.
Hi, Suzanne Young here. I wanted to give you a quick tour of my office. Now, this is where I do everything. Answering all of my email, writing all of my books. I'd like to say it's highly organized, but to be honest, it probably looks a little bit more like a physical therapy room than a writing office. There's a lot of different desk chairs and desks and a treadmill and a couch. So let's go ahead and I'll show you some of my favorite parts of the office. I think my favorite part of my office is the strange collection of items that I have. Inspiration, distraction, maybe both. I like to collect different things and sort of have it around my desk to kind of give me something to look at. And also a basket of dog toys, because as you'll see, my writing partners tend to be a little bit excitable sometimes, and I have to throw some toys around. Lunch. Also a very important decision. Icy Hot, which is an absolute necessity for me, and a fairly impressive sticker and post-it collection. We have a bit of a Suzanne Young collection in our front room, and sometimes I'll come in here to write to kind of remind me why I'm doing this. Sometimes I also look at the books for research. Well, here are the writing partners having a spirited debate about what to write next. That's not at all distracting. Hey guys, say hi. They say hi. At noon, we lunch. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. Now it's time for me to get back to work. The Adjustment is coming out next year. So thanks so much. Have a great day.
Wow, if there's one thing I really learned about, she has a great collection of her books, but she also has a great amount of dogs that live great life. Look at that leaderboard. Magenta really is still pulling ahead of the pack. Blue's making its way to the end. We've got 7 minutes left in the clock. They are looking like they are doing a great job. Super exciting. And as we can see, Lime and Peach are neck and neck. It looks like it's a tie for them. That's kind of exciting as well, because that could be, that can mean some things. You never know who that is, what bike that is. If that was Creekside, what could that mean? You never know, because as we said before, this is anyone's game, and each bike could be a different team each time. Blue just pulled up. That's pretty. I like to watch them move across the screen because then I'm like, oh, go, go, go. But you never know. Look at it go. 6 minutes left. That clock counting down is pretty awesome. And as you see, results are still ticking in, ticking down. Time is ticking away. We can see that the countdown clock is getting closer. Oh, Magenta pulling ahead, taking that lead. These, the fans that are watching at home are probably like rooting for, but they don't even know who to root for. And then Peach pulls up and is like coming from the back, pulling up, trying to catch up to Magenta. And then all of a sudden Lime takes it in and just says, nah, man, this is my game. I got this. I don't know who you think you are. And then Magenta's still pulling it up and saying, no, I'm doing this round. You can just stay over there. Just stay right there. Sit back. But then Peach is there again. Once again, Peach is really vying for that lead. And then up Lime. Once again, Magenta better watch out. Don't turn your back. Keep going straight. Keep going. Keep going. 5 minutes left in the round. It's getting close. They're still working because no one has come out of those breakout rooms. So it's still anyone's game, and they're all still. Oh, Lime just caught up. It's tied with Magenta. Wow. I mean, no one's out of those breakout rooms. So this round is really proving to be a challenge for everyone. There goes Blue. They've got him. They're getting closer to him. This is awesome. This is great fun. I mean, they have no idea that we're able to see what they're doing right now because they're in the breakout rooms and they're working. So they think that, they're just quietly working, but we're seeing what they're doing. Oh, Blue, go. Magenta. Woo, woo. Blue and Magenta just got some good questions done. Look, excuse me. Look at 5 minutes left. Still Magenta's holding that lead. Can't hold them back. They're going. Here they go. 4 minutes. Wow. 4 minutes left. I mean, it's getting close to the wire though, which makes me wonder, are they going to get up? Peach is trying to keep the lead, but they're trying to catch up to Magenta, but Magenta's just not having any of that today. Not going to let it happen. No way, no how. Here we go. We're almost to 3 minutes and then we'll see. And they're still working. Last round, around this time, we had a lot of our teams starting to come back, and now they're still in this room, which makes me think that they're really having some serious debate. I wonder what's happening. Oh, Blue's starting to pull ahead. I really start to wonder about those conversations and how, because, if you've ever been, I don't know if anybody's out there in the audience thinking, what are they talking about? How do they know it? Well, they have to know the character. They have to know the setting, but they also have to be able to know, what the dialogue is and how the author writes, the style, the text, so many things in the books. They can't just flub their way through this. It is a practice. It is a sport. And this is something that we seem to think, oh, they're just going to read books. No, they're not just, whoa. And look at as I talk and just flub my way through this, the bikes are pulling ahead and they're just going really fast. Up, PVHS is back with us and they're joining us. Up, Blue, look at Blue go. Wow, Blue's going to catch that Magenta bike and sail right up, I think. No, not at all. Here goes Peach. Peach is just taking it up. I told you, watch out for that Peach bike. That Peach bike really was trying to kick it up into high gear, putting it in the 10th gear, in fact, saying, watch out, here we come. You got nothing on us. I don't know who that is, but they had a spirited debate about something and then they just made it happen. 2 minutes left on that clock. And we still have a majority of our teams in those rooms. But as I said before, this round might have been tough. So when we get them all back in, I'm going to be interested to see what their reactions were. We're getting close. We're almost down to 1 minute. And that really will show us what's going to happen. That's amazing. I see PV's back in here, but I still see my other teams are still back in those breakout rooms. PV looks a little exhausted, as I can see from their camera. I don't know. Maybe that was a tough round for them. They're looking at. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. Oh, Magenta just jumped ahead again. Peach had jumped into the neck and neck tie with Magenta, and now Magenta just jumped out into the lead again.
Better watch out.
This is a nail biter.
Yeah. Woo! There they go again. This is really fascinating to me because just when I think I know who they might be, I have no idea. We've got 1 minute and 54 seconds left on the clock. And it's true. There goes Peach again. It still looks like it's still anybody's game at this point, and we've got all these teams still left in the breakout rooms, and it is just proving to be exciting because you have no idea, Dr. Lawson, and you're at 1 minute and 33 seconds and you've got all these teams left. You're wondering, are they going to run out of time? What's happening in those rooms? What is happening? Are they how are they getting it done? Is there countdown? Oh, we've got Niece back
just
in.
jumped ahead.
Jump back into the
Oh
main
my
room.
goodness.
Nail biter
It is
right
coming
here.
down to the wire here today.
Geez Louise, here we go. It's coming down.
We're
1 minute,
almost
10
under
seconds.
1 minute.
Oh man.
This has been such an exciting round. I
Holy
can't even
cannoli.
stand it.
I know. 59 seconds. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, we're on the 1 minute countdown now.
Gee golly willikers. Oh my goodness. I hope they can get it all done in the 49 seconds that are left. Oh man.
Oh, they're starting to come back from the breakout rooms now.
Wowza. I think they're all back. Okay, this is awesome. Wow, guys. All right. Tough round. Tough round. Hey, with reactions, give us your reaction. How do you feel? That well, huh?
Yay, everyone's back, huh, Ms. Z? Thanks so much for your commentary during the breaks. You're making this more exciting, I think, for the audience than even for the folks that are in the breakout rooms competing. So hopefully those folks that are out there watching on the live stream are really entertained and kept in suspense regarding what's going on in those rooms and who's in the lead. I remember you letting us know from the very beginning that although those bicycles are moving across the screen, they are not necessarily the same color for the same teams each and every round. Is that correct?
That is correct. You can try and put a team with them, but they are not the same team. So it's a guessing game, the mystery.
A mystery, maybe like one of our novels this year, right? So that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Now that we're all back though, and before we move forward, I would like to know, are there any challenges? So please raise your hand using the reaction tool if you have a challenge to any of the quotes from round 2. Okay. Okay, we'll hold. We're great at wait time here in ERMS. We do have one challenge on the screen. Any other challenges before we move to Nice High School's challenge for round 2? Okay, there are no other challenges. Nice, if you will unmute and tell us what the number of the challenge that you have.
They are challenging question number 5.
Question number 5. So we are going to look on our sheet. We are going to find number 5, find the novel that is related to the answer that we gave. And Ms. Stokowski will read that novel. Open that novel to the page of the quote, and she will read it for you. Ms. Z, you may want to turn off your background so that they can see the actual title. Question 5, which is from page 321.
It's from the novel Where I End and You Begin on page 321. And the quote reads, "Her legs were locked straight, comma, her hands were tucked behind her back, and her lips were pursed, small and impenetrable, period."
And so that's the quote in print from the book, Where I End and You Begin. Are there any other challenges? All right, thanks for that thumbs up, Nice, Miss Millian. Congratulations, teams. We're so excited about the teamwork that you are experiencing in your breakout rooms, but we know what you're waiting for now. You'd like to know the scores first from round 2, and then your cumulative scores to see where everyone is before the beginning of the last round. And so, looking here at our leaderboard for round 2 only, this is only for round 2, With 6 points, we have Ponte Vedra High School. With 8 points, we have Menendez. At 11 points, we have Nice High School. And coming in at 12 points, we have Creekside High School. Congratulations on a round well played. Can we have the cumulative scores after the first 2 rounds so they will know exactly the effort they need to give for our final round of this year's battle? All right, and so after 2 of 3 rounds, we have in the lead Creekside High School with 16 points, Nice High School with a close 23 points, only 3 points behind. Menendez is at 19, and Ponte Vedra High School is still in it with 15 points. So congratulations, team, on your rounds. It's time for our final round, unless there is a tiebreaker. I'll turn it back over to Dr. Lawson.
Great job, teams. You guys are battling hard today. We're about to begin round 3. And again, you will go back into those breakout rooms and we will begin the 3rd round of competition. Remember, when we start the 3rd round, you'll be asked to enter your name. Make sure you enter it the same way you did for rounds 1 and 2 and have your school initials be in capitals. You'll have 15 minutes to answer all the quotes. And I am sending you to the breakout room now.
Looks like they're all getting in those breakout rooms. So we'll give them a minute to get set up before we check that leaderboard and make sure that they're all ready to go. This is proving to be super exciting. Just because one team's in the lead doesn't mean somebody else can't come up and take that lead from them. So don't lose hope. There's always an opportunity. I've seen it go this way many times. You never know. This 3rd round could trick them up. Here's this leaderboard and there's magenta. But remember, this could be any team's lead. Anybody could be these bicycles that are pulling it in. Look at blue, look at magenta. They are all neck and neck right now. They are all answering those questions and rocking it, making sure that they are getting the job done, doing what they have to do in this 3rd round to stay in this competition. Blue is pulling it in the front, but that doesn't mean Peach won't. There it goes. Wowza. I'm excited. Up, Lime. Look at it go. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, my friends watching at home. It is exciting. And you know what? This is our last Battle of the Books for this school year. And let me tell you, these kids are doing an awesome job. They have worked so hard and it shows. As you can see from these bicycles, they are pedaling their way, are answering those questions to the best of their ability. And you can tell because they're all neck and neck and they are getting the job done, making sure that they are doing it in the time they need to do it. They have 15 questions, 15 minutes to do that. And they are having a timekeeper keep at that time and do it. Wow.
Wow, Ms. Zukowski, they are in just a neck and neck tie here.
The whole time. This is
exciting. It's just a nail biter.
I mean, it really is. We have a video to show them, but I'm almost like,
I know. I don't know if we can tear ourselves away from this competition. It is so intense.
They really just went in and attacked this round. Like they didn't even hold back. They just, boom, jumped in it. Ready to go. It's exciting. I mean, should we show them the author video? Should we just keep watching? I
don't know.
But look at that Lime bicycle. That Lime bicycle was sitting in the back of the pack at the start of this round, and now it's just sailing up at the front. The blue bike, started taking the lead early. It had the game. And then at this round, we thought, magenta, maybe. Oh, there goes blue again. But that Lime bike, I wonder who that is. I don't know.
The mystery is just such an incredible part of this
awesome.
competition.
It's awesome. I can't say enough about this game.
Peach is jumping up there.
It sure certainly is. Hey, do you think we have some time? Because we're at 12 minutes to show them a quick little video from one of our other authors?
Let's do that.
I really dig this next author that we're going to watch. Her name is Nick Stone. She's super fun. I've seen her talk before. Let's take a minute to get to know her. Here you go. This is Nick Stone, everybody. She wrote Jackpot.
Hey everybody, it's the Van Show, and today we're talking to my friend Nick Stone.
Oh, hi.
Well, the thing I was gonna say hello, but you beat me to it.
I'm so excited to be here.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited to have you.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna start off the show. I'm gonna ask you to take 1 minute and tell us as much about your life as you can.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Everything you want the kids out there to know, put it into 1 minute.
Okay, tell me ready, set, go, and I'll start.
All right, ready, set, go.
So my favorite color is orange. It's the only color you can taste.
Ooh.
I have 2 kids of my own. I love comics and comic books. And I think that comics and comic books are one of the best ways to get into reading. Hoping to get into comics and comic books myself, little creation.
There you go.
What else would kids want to know about me? I still am a kid, basically. I will turn 17 for the second time this year. It's going to be fun. 17, 2 sets of 17.
Yeah, there you go.
17 every 17 years. As a kid, I was a reader and a big fat liar, which makes for a pretty good storyteller, I like to think.
I would imagine.
Yes, I think I don't do too bad with that. And I think that kids are everything and that they can do anything.
You are an author.
I am.
How long ago did you start writing?
Not very.
Really?
6 years. I started writing in, let's see, what year is it?
2019.
I really did not ask that ironically either. I genuinely had no idea what year it was for a second.
There's no judgment in my answer.
Thank you. I started in 2013, so 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in that time, you've published now, what, 3 books?
Yeah, well, the third one comes out in October.
Wow.
It's nuts, right?
That's impressive.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, but I think this is actually a good thing to talk about because for me, it took a while to begin writing because I didn't think I could do it because I didn't really see anybody who looked like me doing it, right? Like, you're a puppet. Have you ever seen a puppet authored book?
No. As a matter of fact, I never really saw a puppet do an interview show either. That's why I made this one.
There you go, right? So you start the thing that you don't see yourself doing, but it might take a while to believe that you can actually do it. So we will tell you together, friends, if you don't see yourself doing something, go be the first.
Tell us a little bit about your new book.
So, my first book was about racism. My second book was about romance and orientation and figuring yourself out when you're young. This one's about money. So it follows a high school senior named Rico. She has a job at a gas station, and she's helping her mom cover bills and stuff. They live in an area that's a little bit out of their price range, simply to go to the good schools there. So she's helping her mom cover rent and everything. But there's a night that she sells a lottery ticket that's worth $106 million. But the jackpot winner fails to come forward. So she decides she's going to go find this lady. And because she needs a little help, she enlists the assistance of the only other person in the store when she sold the ticket. And that happens to be the richest boy at her school. So you see this collision of like wealth and relative poverty, and what happens when people from opposite ends of the socioeconomic spectrum have to work together.
Oh, so I do want to touch on one more thing about you getting started writing. You said you started 6 years ago. Was there something, were you writing before that and you just 6 years ago said, I think I can make money doing this? Or was it just literally 6 years ago you picked up a pen like, I'm just going to do this and just started going?
Interestingly enough, so I never really saw Black girls in books or writing books, right? Growing up, like, of course you see Toni Morrison and Alice Walker and Maya Angelou, but like nobody's aspiring to be Toni Morrison. That's an aspiration that I have never heard because she is Toni Morrison.
Right.
I didn't know about people like Sharon G. Flake and Sharon Draper and Angela Johnson and these women who were writing books for people my age when I was that age. I didn't know that they existed. So I didn't see their books. And because of that, I didn't think I could write a book. It was just like, well, nobody's doing this that I'm aware of. Like, I knew I could be an astronaut because of Mae Jemison, but I didn't know that I could actually be an author. What changed that for me was the book series Divergent by Veronica Roth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was the first book series I ever read where the black character lived all the way through the end. And it was like this revolution for me, right? Like to have this character that I could identify with not die in the first book.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
They're not the best friend that like gives some kind of
Right.
like
No
catalyst
side
towards the conclusion.
Right, exactly. Like it's like, oh wow, I can be this part. Like this is a person that I would actually want to be and want to emulate. And after reading that series is when I decided I think I can do this.
Goodbye.
Welcome back, everybody. Look at that leaderboard. It is definitely ticking down. We still have 6 minutes left in our board, but they are all neck and neck. It is a three-way tie right here, it looks like. That Lime Bicycle still pedaling those, so don't count them out. They could still be winning this round. It could be a four-way tie. What would we do? Wow. This is still anybody's game. There's 6 minutes left in that clock. We are counting it down. We've got 5 minutes left. Woo. We've got 2 of our teams back, but that doesn't mean that we don't know who you were in that round, folks that are back. So I just want you to know it is anybody's team. Up, here comes our third team. 5 minutes left on the clock. Still going. Bicycles. Oh my goodness. It's 5. That clock down, still counting down for that last team in there. I hope they get those questions all answered. I'm still nervous for them because even though they're the last ones in here, we've still got 5 minutes. I hope they're keeping good track of that time, everybody. Right now, what we can do while we're here is we can ask you guys what your favorite book was, maybe. I don't know.
Hi, teams, and welcome back. We're so glad that you are here. We are excited that we are almost finished with our final round of this year's battle. Perhaps our final round. If there is a tie, there will be a tiebreaker. While we're waiting on our final team to return to the main room, we do have a couple of questions for you for each of the teams. I'm going to start in my top left corner where I see the amazing Ponte Vedra High School team with Mr. Richards, the amazing Mr. Richards, as their media specialist. And my question for you is, what was your team's favorite book this year and why? So if you'll unmute and let us know.
Three, two, one.
Oh my gosh, I think we heard lots of things, guys. You gotta listen, tell us why don't each of you say your favorite book, even if it's the same?
Okay. Mine was Patron Saints of Nothing. I don't know, I just liked it a lot.
You just liked it a lot? Was there a character that you could identify with? Were there situations maybe that you've seen?
The characters were all really well written and it felt realistic. There wasn't like some sappy made up ending that you feel like that wouldn't happen in real life. It was a realistic book and with realistic characters, and the world building was also pretty cool, so I liked it.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. What about you?
Aiden, what do you think?
I really liked the Bone Houses just because I really liked all of the characters in it, and I really liked the way it was written, like the writing style itself, and just really enjoyed it.
Okay. Nice. Writing styles make a difference. I know I love writers who are great at writing. Like they make you feel like you're there. They make things funny that maybe shouldn't be funny, but are funny just because of the way they've written them. So I can certainly relate. Next.
I really liked November, and I just really liked the characters and the way they interacted.
Okay. Characters are important.
Yeah.
What's that, Mr. Richards?
That was Killing November. I don't know if you could hear her. That's all.
No, yeah, I didn't hear the title, but I did hear why. So Killing November. Fantastic. We had a conversation in our office about names of characters or just names in general. And we love the fact that there are people named January. So that's just a little tidbit from ERMS. Next.
I love it.
I liked Crown of Thorn and Pearl. I just like the characters and the storyline.
Okay. Alrighty. Fantastic.
And finally, Michelle.
I love Heroine because I just sorry. I know, get the joke.
Oh, we get the joke, and it's high school. So keep going. Tell us why, so we can move on.
Like the first thing that makes it great is just how the author did her research, and she was saying like this is like something that would actually happen with opioid addiction, and I actually had like a few personal connections with it because I had a family member who had suffered from an addiction to drugs, and it gives me like a nice like look into maybe why they couldn't stop, and it was just really realistic, and the way it was kind of open-ended, like it was hopeful that this main character may make it out of it, and she does have the choice of like relapsing and just going through it again. So yeah, I really like the book.
Right. Yeah. That sounds great. That's fantastic. Yes, Mr. Richards.
No, I'm just saying that's my Michelle. She's just bringing it. She really connected with that book for sure. That was awesome.
Absolutely. We love that. Whenever we're able to see ourselves in books, if we can connect with characters, the storyline, the plot, the places, all of those things, it makes those books so much more impactful for us. And I love the fact that she said that the ending left you hopeful, right? But also it didn't make the ending what you wanted it to be or what the author wanted it to be, because it was kind of open-ended. And so we love that. So connecting with books is always fantastic. So thank you. Let's see. Miss Million, you're next on my screen. Returning champs. What was your favorite novel this year for your group?
Killing November.
January. Okay, Killing November. That's fantastic. Tell us why.
That was like all of them unanimously at the same time. That's what they said.
Oh, wow. Why'd you guys love that book?
No, we debated it and came to the agreement that Killing November is the one we'll let represent us.
Okay.
And we thought that the characters were well developed.
Right.
Better than Spider-Man. And the plot was actually really interesting. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm hearing a lot about characters and plot. So that's really, really important. But it sounds like just across the board, the characters in the books this year were really relatable and really I had a porky pig there. Really well written. So thank you. Creekside, tell us.
What's our favorite book?
The Grace Year.
The Grace Year. Why did you guys like that book?
It had a lot of symbolism and twists and turns, and like some that you saw coming, but also some that you didn't see coming, and it was really interesting and kept you engaged. And I liked the writing style a lot, and also the main characters like emotional journey. Yeah, like there was a lot of character development.
Oh, fantastic. I read a book like that this summer also. It's called The Secretary. It was fantastic. Lots of twists and turns and character development, but also some kind of kooky things. And I went, oh boy, but it was very believable. All right. Good job. And last but not least, Miss Neff. What are the Falcons saying they enjoyed this year?
Okay. Can you guys hear us?
No, we did not hear. What was that favorite title?
Do it 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Ours was The Grace Year.
The Grace Year. So that won twice here. So 50% of our folks really, really love that book. That's great. What did you like about it?
Yeah, it was very well. Yeah.
Well written. So, okay. All righty. Yeah. When I read great books like that, I really wish I could be an author. And then I realized the talent that's involved in making that book the way that it is not my talent. So I'll just continue to read. So hopefully, maybe there are some authors out there in our audience today, whether they're joining us on the live stream or maybe they are sitting in the rooms participating today. Since we only have a couple of distance learners, we have Connor and Trenton. Hey guys, what if you unmute and tell us what your favorite book was, just in case? Connor, let's start with you. Oh, wait a minute, Trenton, you're already on. Now Connor, now Trenton. Trenton, go ahead.
My favorite book that I read recently was Storm and Fury. I really liked the plot. It's one of my favorite genres, being fantasy, and I thought it was neat how they brought an everyday object, a gargoyle, to life as wardens.
Okay, that's fantastic. I would encourage you guys to check out the middle school list, the SSYRA list, because there were some great books there. And I think any book, even picture books, are great to read. And you can identify with them. Just because they're written for a specific audience or on a specific level doesn't mean that you won't be able to connect with them. And just hearing your comments today and the things that you've been reading about, we saw lots of middle school titles that were fantastic. So if you're looking for more books to read now that you're out of FTR books, drop down to the SSYRA books and check those out too. Connor, what'd you like?
Personally, I like The Gracier because it was very macabre.
Oh, really? Oh boy, I don't know. I was asking yesterday, I think it was the middle school battle, and there's a novel called Claude, the alien cat something, and it seemed to be sort of in that same vein, right? So I was like, this just doesn't seem okay. It seems fairly scary. So absolutely. So if I could recommend a book, drop down, like I said, to the SSYRA book if you're looking for a good book list, if you're looking for a good read. All right, so I think that was everyone, and I believe my team, the prized results may be ready almost. But before we move forward, do we have any challenges from round 3? Because that would affect our outcome. Are there any round 3 challenges? Yes. We do have a challenge, and so I will pass that envelope back to our accountant. You will take your scores back because perhaps the scores might change after this challenge. So let's see, we have 2 challenges. Okay, let's start with who's in my top left corner, and that's Miss Million. Your hand is raised if you all will tell us the number of your challenge.
They are challenging number 6.
Number 6, we are going to pull that quote out, and Ms. Zakowski is going to find the book related to that question, share it with you, and read the quote from page 60. Bone houses. All righty, here we are.
The Bone Houses, page 60. Quote, enough power to defeat a champion. Question, why not simply lop his head off? Question, end quote.
Okay. All righty, and did we lower our hands for the second challenge? I think there was another challenge. Was it the same as Niece?
Yep, same one.
All righty. Very good. So we found that and we realized that those scores then are valid. And so I am going to turn it over to Dr. Lawson. She is going to share the screen so we can see the scores from round 3. And remember, these are not the cumulative scores. They're just your scores from this current round. Dr. Lawson, if you'll place those scores on the screen. All righty, and from round 3 of our inaugural virtual Battle of the Books, we have, with 13 points, Ponte Vedra High School. I think that's their best round ever. Congratulations. Menendez has 14, Nice has 14, and Creekside has 14 for near perfect scores here in the last round. We knew that this was going to be close, and it really is, especially here in the last round. Now, for the moment of truth, I believe we have a winner. Do we have may I have the envelope, please? Thank you. Thank you. My envelope is disappearing into there, but you know, there are things. And so I would like to introduce, we do have a winner for this year's battle, and the winner for the 2021 inaugural virtual St. Johns County School District Battle of the Books is, can I get a drum roll from out there? Woo. Creekside High School with 40 points. Congratulations. Give yourselves a hand. We also know that every team here tried really hard and that you enjoyed yourselves and had fun. And more than anything, you read. And so reading is what we love to do and what we love to have you do. So congratulations and thank you. We also know that you're also interested in the final scores for each team. And so Dr. Lawson, she is going to put up the leaderboard with the cumulative scores for the entire battle. And so our final scores for the battle for 2021, with a total of 28 points, Ponte Vedra High School, 33 points for Menendez High School, 37 points for Nice High School, and 40 total points for Creekside High School for the win. So congratulations for taking the trophy, and congratulations to all of your caretakers, sponsors, media specialists, family, and friends. Thanks so much, guys. That ends our time here together. It's been great, but before we leave, we have one quick announcement regarding next year's titles. Fantastic. You'll find out just next month in April 2021 what next year's titles will be, so you can get busy reading and preparing for next year's battle. Thank you, guys. Have a great, safe spring break next week, and we'll see you next year. Bye.